Alright, first crack at a vlog. I have no idea. Alright, first crack at a vlog. I have no idea if this is going to go well. I'm filming on my iPhone. I don't even know if it's going to upload vertically or horizontally. But this may never happen again. This may be a one and done. I may do this often depending on how it goes. But full day of existing, I guess. Eating, training, just ripped some pre-workout, Optimal from EchoVision, code HU. I'm going to go hit legs. This is a great leg day pre because it's high stimulant, low pump. I'm fasted right now, so won't be consuming any calories. I don't like to train on a full stomach in the morning. I don't even like to have 100 calories. I like to go in fasted, have my first meal after training. There's nothing wrong with that, assuming you hit your protein goal by the end of the day, as well as your calorie goal. So I'm gonna go hit legs. I might film it, I might not, I don't know. Hello, I know this is a weird angle. I very intentionally came into the gym at 10 a.m. on a Friday because I thought there would be nobody here. And it's the opposite, it's packed. There's a HIIT class going on. I'm not happy about that because I hate filming in the gym. It's very out of my comfort zone. I also feel like I'm bothering people. Probably not. They probably don't give a shit, but I just need to get over myself. That's my ego talking. Scared to try something new. Don't let your ego get in the way of trying new shit. But anyway, training legs today. Currently on the treadmill at a now 6 incline, 2.5 miles an hour. My warm-up is consisting of actually warming up. I don't do static stretching. It's actually not great to do that before you train. I get warm with a brisk walk on the treadmill until my heart rate hits about 115, which with this much caffeine in my system won't take long. And then go into some glute activation stuff. I use the Mark Bell slingshot leg band. I don't know what it's called, but I always had trouble activating my glutes when I squat, and getting those primed and ready just makes me feel very stable and strong. Get my adductors firing, my glutes firing, and then we're gonna move into 2 sets of high bar squat, followed by probably 2 sets of hack squat. This is leg workout B. And then 2 sets of leg extension, 2 sets of leg curl, and some calf raises. And if I'm feeling froggy, abs, but probably not. First working set of squats for Operation Rebuild the Squat. Hurt myself like 8 weeks ago. Squatting 135 like 7 weeks ago, and today we're doing 320 for 2 sets of 5, assuming it goes well. No music, just raw dogging life with headphones in. That makes this a lot of fun, just listening to the sound of my own voice while I squat. And my mic's about to die, so there's no way I make it through this whole workout with this mic. I apologize in advance. I'm gonna try to get two working sets of this workout filmed. All right, finished 5 pounds more than the last training session. Just try to add 5 pounds to the bar, always. Simple math. Getting strong and building muscle is simple, but it is not easy, as I often say. There's gonna be 1 set of hack here. I hate this movement a lot. I hate it a lot. I don't want to fail and get pinned, but here we go. That's it. See, a lot of jack legs, knuckleheads, and downright ass clowns would have you believe that building muscle is complicated. Now, it takes strategy and diligence and some timing and discipline and patience, but in reality, in the words of my friend Luke Dewey's, just try as hard as you can, like 6 times on multiple movements that hit all the muscle groups, and you'll probably look pretty different in 6 months. Maximum effort. Too light. Maximum effort. Yeah.
would say I tried pretty close to as hard as I could there. Do that a couple more times, bigger hamstrings. Magic. Okay, 2 sets of leg extension to failure, obviously. I do high intensity, low volume training, 2 to 3 working sets tops for all my movements. Except for this one, I have maxed out the weight on the levers. Just too fucking strong, I guess. Kidding, but I love this movement, leg extensions. I love this machine specifically because it's a very good stretch and full range of motion. So 2 sets to failure here, and then calf raises, which I may not film because my mic's dead, but I'm totally gonna do them, I promise. But here we go. Failure on leg extensions, full range of motion, maximum effort. Ow. Threw in a couple of lengthened partials to get past that failure point. Weight's a little light, so I kind of go by feel with the partial reps. If I feel like I need them, I do them. My training is very intuitive for the most part with that. I don't do them every set. If you push really hard, in the sets you do, you don't have to do a lot of volume. So I do 2 sets, balls to the wall, and I get big. And finally, the movement you all came to see. Promise I don't skip them even though they don't exist on my body. A few sets, 5 to 8 reps, going to failure, full stretch, full range of motion. You don't train smaller muscles in different rep ranges than you do big muscles. Same moves apply to all lean tissue if you want to grow it. Pick a rep range, get strong in that rep range, train to failure. Don't be afraid to do partial reps. 5 to 8 reps is fine for calf raises, curls, just like it is bench or squat. Oh, Jesus. I will be able to jump out the gym. I don't care what anybody says. God, I hate training calves almost as much as I hate training abs. Ow. That's all you get to see of the calf training. All right, so the leg workout is done. Ended up only doing 1 set of leg extensions. I kind of took the Sam Sulek approach of train to satisfaction. My legs felt plenty fatigued from 2 very heavy sets of squat. I did 5 and 4 at 320, so next week I need to do 5 and 5. Principle of progressive overload applied right there. Strength is okay. Still think I'm maybe not eating enough food. I know my REM sleep has been dog shit lately. Need to figure that out. Don't know what's going on in my brain that's causing that. But the workout is done. I'm fasted. It's noon, so I need to go eat some food for sure. Right now we're pushing about 4,000 calories. Because of the setbacks in the bulk, I have been trying to be more aggressive. I don't care if I gain a little extra fat. I do want to maximize lean tissue gain because I'd like to start a cut mid-March. So I'm lean by, May. Now, I got hurt, and that prevented me from training with a certain intensity for a few weeks, and then I got food poisoning, which I didn't basically eat anything for 3 straight days. So that's a 9,000 calorie deficit that I put myself into. So we're playing catch up. But I felt good today. I felt strong. That Optimal pre-workout is definitely fantastic. I highly recommend it. But we're going to go eat now. I had a monologue that I filmed on the way to the gym about mortality and how I had an existential crisis, but the sound quality is shit, so I don't think I'm going to put it in. But if you're watching this and it is in, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Every time I hit a bump, you could hear it, and it was annoying. I'm still figuring out the YouTube thing, but we'll get it, I promise. If you're still here, thanks for hanging in. See you at lunch. You know what? Now that I have the nice microphone hooked up, I am going to talk about the monologue about death and my existential crisis because I think it's worth hearing, or at least letting me yap about. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show This Is Us. Also, I'm sorry if the camera's a little wobbly. It's just balancing on my floor. I don't know if you've ever seen the show This Is Us. It's an old sort of series. It's not a sitcom, but it's a series that was on ABC or some shit like 10 years ago. And God almighty, is it an emotional roller coaster. And by the way, for the Karens who say I'm driving without a seatbelt, I'm driving with a seatbelt. It was just rubbing the mic. It's behind me. Relax. Practice safe driving. But it's a very emotional show, and there's a lot of deep shit that happens. In fact, it's like 99% deep things. And part of the show is an adopted son reconnects with his biological former drug addict father, but when he finds him, he's dying. And in one scene, a young girl who's sort of dating a guy that's a member of the family asks very bluntly, "What's it like to be dying?" And he's sort of taken aback. And then he goes on to describe what it feels like to know you're dying and know you have a limited amount of time, which we all know we do, but when it's given to you in a deadline, it's a little different. And he just beautifully describes and personifies what it's like to be dying, and for whatever reason, that monologue from that realistic fiction show just slapped me in the face. He talks about how he can feel moments flying around him and he's trying to catch them. Like when his granddaughter falls asleep in his lap, or he can hear his son's laugh. And as he gets closer to the end, the moments are moving faster, and he's having a harder time catching them, and he's missing some of them. And he goes on to say, I know you're young and it feels like you have a lot of time, but the truth is you don't. And for some reason, I really needed to hear that I just needed to hear that. Something to get my ass in gear and realize that, 10 years ago I was 16, and 10 years from now I'll be damn near 40. And that's, crap. Sorry. As I was saying, 10 years ago I was 16 years old in high school, just getting my license with my whole life ahead of me. Now I'm 26, and 10 years from now I'll be 36. Probably with a full-blown family. And it's like this, we do not have a long time on this rock. And everyone says that, and everybody's aware of that, and everybody's heard it 100 times. But sometimes when you hear something dictates how hard it hits you, or if it really makes an impact on you. This is not going well. This is not going well at all. My camera keeps falling. The point is, I've always known that I'm going to die one day, and I know that that day could be tomorrow. No one ever thinks that. But for whatever reason, in that moment, the way he described dying struck me, and the way he looked at a person who was probably my age in the show and said, I know you think you have a lot of time, but you don't. Just, I don't know. It's heavy. It's really heavy to think about, and we don't have a lot of time on this rock, and I really want to make the most of it. I want to get the most out of the human experience. And I think a lot of people don't, and look back and wonder what could have been. That's part of why I quit my job, because I knew the risk was minimal. I knew I could re-enter the workforce if I had to. I know I had a family that supported me, parents that supported my decision, and it's been a blessing so far. But my boss, when I quit my job, said, I want you to think about the longevity of that career path and everything you've worked so hard to build here. And I said, with all due respect, of course I've thought about that. And I built a great reputation in corporate America, and it'll still be there if I need it when I come back, if I come back. But I'd rather look back 10 years from now and have it crashed and burned, and know that I tried and it crashed and burned, which it won't. Or, as opposed to looking back and wondering, 10 years into my career making a bunch of money but not really fulfilled because I'm a senior consultant in a firm in a job I don't really give a shit about like most people are, wondering what would have happened if I chased my dream and now that window has passed. So if there's something you're thinking about doing and you're worried about what people will think, or you're worried about the risk or the downside, Alex Hormozy has a quote that says something to the effect of, in a couple of generations you're going to be dead, and so will everyone you know, including the people that tried to hold you back. So do it for you. So whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're thinking about doing, just fucking do it. Just do it. Quitting my job was terrifying and liberating, and every month is scary and anxiety inducing, but fulfilling and rewarding. And I cannot picture my life any other way. So maybe it's quitting your job, maybe it's becoming a trainer, maybe it's becoming a nomad, whatever. Just go do it. I'm gonna stop yapping now. All right, for lunch we've got a Nutrition Solutions meal prep. This is like 570 calories, 55 protein. It's grass-fed bison with garlic mashed potatoes and some spinach and tomatoes. And then I had a chicken thigh just chilling in the fridge, so I heated that up and mixed it in, tossed a little barbecue sauce on top. I love Nutrition Solutions, insane time saver, nutrient-dense foods, high in protein. If you're thinking about a meal prep service, there is no other option. Code HU if you want a discount on your first order. But I'm going to knock this back, and then Sarah and I are going to get some work done around the house. It needs to get done before a friend comes into town. Then I'm going to answer some coaching client questions and onboard some coaching clients. And that's what we're doing. So here we go. Only 3,500 calories more to eat. Love my life. God, having glasses is such a pain in the ass because you can see my light bar in my glasses. I hope that's not too annoying. Anyway, been knocking out work for the last hour or so. Responded to some coaching clients, onboarded some coaching clients. I'm now clipping up the most recent episode of the podcast. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. I think it's a good one. 9 biggest fitness mistakes that people make. And we're having another meal. It's been like not even an hour, but I'm hungry and I have a lot of food to eat today. So we're having another bit from Nutrition Solutions. This is the pumpkin pecan protein waffle. Ingredients on this are insane. It's organic eggs, grass-fed whey protein, coconut oil, whole wheat flour, organic whole wheat flour, and Truvia, I believe. But I put some real-ass maple syrup on it, and I'm having it with some whole-ass milk. I am enjoying not having to worry about cutting calories in places like that. So eating 4,000 calories a day, you can afford to have the full calorie options. I've been drinking a ton of whole milk lately. It's just been a very easy way to hit my calorie goals. If you struggle to hit your calorie goals, assess your food. A lot of times, you skinny guys out there or skinny gals out there tell me you have trouble gaining weight, and then when we track your calories, you tell me, I'm eating so much and I just can't gain weight no matter what I do. Well, when we take a look at your calories, I've never seen one of those people eating more than 2,200 calories in a day. Stop eating like a bird, stop eating like a bodybuilder, and eat like someone who needs to eat a lot of food in a given day. Whole milk, butter, olive oil, fatty ground beef instead of chicken breast, for Christ's sakes. These foods are your friends. They are easy, high calorie, nutrient dense foods. Stop fearing dietary fat. Stop fearing whole milk. Swap the whole egg, swap the egg white for whole eggs, for God's sakes. Never understood the egg white hype. You take out all the nutrients. Such bullshit. Eat whole eggs and train hard. Getting big is so simple. I'm gonna eat this and I'm gonna clean my house because my best friend's coming into town in a couple days here and it looks like a bomb went off. So we're gonna handle that. Get back to you probably for the next meal. All right, quick step check. We're at 7,000 steps. It's 2 p.m., but it hasn't been this warm in weeks and the sun's out, so I'm taking the opportunity to crush a mile or so walk. Again, still feels super weird talking to myself on camera like this as I walk through the neighborhood. It's very, very strange. I try to make my baseline goal, whether it's cloudy or not, 60 minutes of outdoor activity, just in the daylight, outside, fresh air, steps, or a run. It looks different every day. I had someone leave a comment on one of my videos saying that getting 10,000 steps a day is super hard working a desk job, and I bet you every dollar I have in my bank account, that person sits at their desk, they scroll, and there's multiple 10, 15, 12, 8-minute windows where they could pop up, get out of their desk and move, and they just don't. So if you work a desk job and you struggle to get that activity in, just look for little bitty windows where you can pop outside in between calls, meetings, and just get some steps. It accumulates over the course of a day. 3 500-step walks is 1,500 steps. That's almost a mile. Kind of dope to be able to have this in my neighborhood. I've got a little dock about 5 minutes from my front door. I live on the river. Homeboy out there catching trout. Kind of cool. And this is a year-round cold plunge. This water stays, this comes from Lake Lanier in Georgia here. This water stays probably between 52 and 60 year-round. So it's plenty cold, a little dirty sometimes, but today it's very clear, very clean. If I felt like plunging today, I probably would, but I have a plunge on my back deck, so I don't have to do that anymore. But I did do this a lot during marathon prep. I'd come out here and hop in the river. Even though rivers kind of freak me out, I don't know if I'm alone on that. Something about the water constantly moving means things can just constantly be passing through them, and I don't know. Bodies of water freak me out quite a bit. All right, the next meal is another meal prep. I know this is boring. I'm sorry. Probably not the best day to pick a vlog because I eat a lot of these meal preps, but I've been working all day. As you can see here, I've been building the next playbook in my playbook series in my paid community. I have a playbook coming out every week. It's been a fat loss playbook, a now muscle gain playbook. There was a training program playbook, and I release these video series every single week to give the people something valuable to look forward to watch, and then interact and talk about it in the community. So I've been building that all day, and I don't feel like cooking anything, and these save me time, and they taste good. So this is the maple glazed chicken, 500 calories, 50 grams of protein. No, this one's 600 calories, 50 grams of protein. It's just antibiotic, hormone-free chicken, some sweet potato, and some shredded Brussels. It's very good, saves me time. I promise tonight's meal will be more eventful and worth watching. Stop crying. Can't exactly use the audio from in here because it's a neighborhood dive bar that gets pretty loud on Saturday nights, but I had a couple TSLs and then some Bang Bang shrimp, and for dinner I got a grilled chicken wrap with onion rings, and Sarah got a cheeseburger. It was banging. It's the next day now. Me and Sarah ended up going out to eat dinner, ate some fried food. God forbid I have a seed oil now and then. I'm still alive to tell the story though. Pretty amazing. All things in moderation, including moderation. This is my first go at it. If you liked it, drop a comment. If you didn't, drop a comment and let me know. I would appreciate it. If you want more of these, I will get better at them. I'll even maybe film them on a real camera and not an iPhone.
But appreciate you watching. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. It's a huge help to me. I really appreciate it and look forward to your feedback in the comments.